Hey everybody, how are you shiny cardboard maniacs? I want to talk about Paldea Evolved. We're seeing some movement on this set. It's recently gone from about a $107 booster box up to 122 right now, according to TCG Player, and they're actually sales at like right at 122. And you know, initially when this came out a year ago, I think it was probably maybe in June of 2023. This box was reportedly shorter printed than Scarlet and Violet base. Allocation was smaller. This is what they were saying. I don't have allocation. I'm still trying to get regular allocation from a distributor. I've been trying, but it's difficult without a brick and mortar. And here in California, a brick and mortar is almost one of the most difficult things to run with the high rents and the high crime here and the not prosecuting crime. I mean, there was that incident in Southern California. You know, the guy came in, started trying to steal stuff. He tried not to pull his gun out, but when the employees, you know, started tackling him and stuff, he ends up pulling his gun and aiming it. And at that point now you've got armed robbery and all that stuff. But if he never pulled that gun out and he stole thousands of dollars of stuff, he would have got a slap on the wrist and, you know, a misdemeanor, and he would have been back out there doing it again. It's just, this is what California has kind of come to with that kind of stuff. And with this stuff being so expensive, it's a draw. Sports cards, I mean, some of those hobby boxes of cards just get so expensive, and you know, you can have a $10,000 box just sitting there, and it's so easy to just go in there, break a window, grab it. It's just, I would never want to have a brick and mortar. So allocation is actually still really hard to get, but eventually they're going to start giving allocation to online stores, because that's kind of where everything is going online with the breakers and everything. But anyway, so let's talk about Paldea Evolved. I mean, it's the best booster box that you can get from the Scarlet and Violet era. It's the best set that you can get from the Scarlet and Violet era, besides 151, which has no booster boxes. And I really do like this one. The Magikarp in here, it's about currently sitting around $100. It keeps fluctuating up to about 110, back down to 100. It hasn't gone under 100 recently, but to me that was always like the biggest chase card in Scarlet and Violet. I mean, the Obsidian Flames Charizard sitting at 45, highly undervalued, amazing card. But it was I guess because we're complaining that it was easy to pull. That's kind of what we've come to, you know. But later on in the future, when those boxes are $500, we're not going to be complaining that how easy it is to pull stuff. People are going to be happy paying that money and being able to pull stuff out of those boxes. But anyway, you know, like same with Paldea Evolved, the Magikarp, there's a big set of illustration rares, and that's part of it. And it's, you know, one in every like 480 packs or something like that. So it's quite a few booster boxes. You can buy 2 cases of booster boxes and possibly not pull that Magikarp, or you can end up pulling like 6 of them. You know, it's just, it's a beautiful card. It isn't extremely easy to pull, but it isn't extremely hard either. Apparently, I've never pulled it. I ended up buying my son one for 62 bucks. It's about $100 now. So, but yeah, this set, the Iono is currently sitting about $74. One of the cards that's actually moving is the illustration rare of the Raichu. That one's gone up to about 37 bucks from about a $25, $26 card. And I'm with Paldea Evolved booster boxes going up in price. It kind of is getting what like Sword and Shield has. People are getting a little FOMO and starting to go after certain things. People are talking about stuff. So the next card after the Raichu is the Chien-Pao, and that's at about 28 bucks, but I could see that card being the next one being $30, $40. You know, that Tyranitar is sitting at 24, and then the Chi-Yu, that one's sitting down at 19. I get that one's kind of moved up $1 or so in the last couple weeks or something. But you know, there's a lot of nice cards in this set, and like I said, we're gonna start seeing that move. I'm surprised that Iono hasn't moved from that $75 spot. Like, it's been sitting there for a while, just been marinating, you know, like frozen goods, just chilling. So I think it might, you know, it might see some movement. I think the waifu craze is starting to kind of go away. I don't know if you guys noticed, there wasn't a huge waifu craze before COVID. Once people couldn't get English boxes, the Japanese boxes started getting popular, and now they're starting to actually not be as popular anymore. So once people started buying Japanese, they started paying attention. And in Japan, the waifu cards are super expensive. That doesn't translate here to English. I don't know why people thought it was going to, why that Iono was so expensive, why the Miriam was so expensive. As you see now, it's not. We're more into the Pokemon stuff. Over there, they're more into waifu. Chinese simplified, which is awesome. I kind of wanted to start getting into some of those, but I don't trust any Chinese simplified sellers yet. You know, like with the Japanese, I know I have a handful of places I can get Japanese stuff from real reputable sources, but with the Chinese simplified, they're not as much into the waifu. They make Charizard special sets all year long. I mean, the dragon Pokemon are probably big in China, so those sets, those Charizard special sets that they just keep dropping because that's what that market wants. You know what I mean? The waifu here in America, I mean, it's going to go away. All those big cards. That Miriam is not going to be the #1 card in Scarlet and Violet base in a couple years from now. We're going to be looking at that Gardevoir in there. There's I forget what other cards were in that one. Probably the Ralts and the Kirlia will probably be past that one. And then the Miraidon and the Koraidon, those are awesome cards. Definitely. I mean, that Miriam is a cool card. But like I said, the waifus aren't gonna hold as much value as people probably thought. And so right now we're looking at like Astral Radiance. The #2 card in there is the Starmie again, with the floating in the pool with the trainer. Was that Misty? I think. I don't think those values are getting pushed right now. That card is not going to be worth more than the Origin Form Dialga, Origin Form Palkia, probably not even the Beedrill, and probably not the Garchomp with Cynthia on it, because that Garchomp with Cynthia is a much better looking card. People love that one. But this set here, like I said, I believe it was shorter printed. I don't know if that means it's short print, if you can actually put that on it. Shorter printed than Scarlet and Violet base. I don't know where it stands against Obsidian Flames, but the boxes, like I said, they're starting to climb. Is it time to sell? I mean, if you got these I don't think these ever gone down to 70, but I think people were getting some of these maybe at 80, 85. Do you sell now while they're high, and because they're gonna drop if there's a reprint? Do you think there's gonna be a reprint? I have no clue if there's a lot of playable cards in here, so my guess is they're gonna reprint it, and my guess is if they do a reprint, these will probably just drop down to about 100. I don't think they're going to go back down to 80. So I think right now is a good time to buy these if you can get these. The cheapest I see on eBay is about 110 plus $5 ship. On TikTok Shop, you can probably get these for 120 with a 15% off coupon. So again, I think if you can get these in the 110 range or so, that's good. If you bought these down at 80 and you want to sell these at 120, 125, I think it might be an okay move. But if they don't reprint it, you might be out of luck. Or if they do reprint it and it's not a big printing, these aren't going to drop. Like I said, they're not ever going to be $80 again. The market is showing that it's willing to pay 120 for these right now. So a reprint, no matter how small or big it is, I think these boxes will never drop below 100. And I think if they do a reprint soon, these will probably hit like the 100, 105, back down to that 107 that it was before like May 10th or so. But I don't see these just completely dropping all the way down. Silver Tempest, it was example, it was a box that was climbing up into the 140, 150, maybe 160. They did the reprint, got all the way back down to 115. So, I mean, I could see this kind of doing something like that. It's still climbing. It's not going to go above the 161 MSRP because these are still available on the Pokemon Center website. I don't think it was a reprint. I think it was just a restocking of what they had because they literally weren't available. Scarlet and Violet wasn't available. Paradox Rift wasn't available. Now all of them are or were, because I do believe Scarlet and Violet base is not available again. They might have just pulled it off. I don't think they sold all those at 160. They're not even worth that. So I don't know how the stock on the Pokemon Center website works, but I do know that these are available. Maybe they sell these to the distributors when people want them. I have no clue. I wish I could get a case of these for 600, but the cases of these are actually going for quite a bit more. I've seen them go for as high as like almost 800, 790, 798. So about $133 a piece in a case like that. down to about 120 in a case, which is what's that? It's about 720 for a case. I don't see any cases below about $720, $725 right now on like eBay. So I mean, if you know anybody selling cases, 600, little over 600 or something like that, you probably should grab them. But like I said, I don't know if it could be a crapshoot if you have a bunch of these and you think you want to make some money right now and sell them for the 125 because you paid 80, or maybe you got a better deal than that. I don't know if they do a restock, what's gonna happen, because currently I don't believe there's a restock or a reprint. I mean, I think there was like a restock of stuff they already had. Who knows how the printing are on these? They don't give us those numbers. We have to go by people with allocation, how much they were able to grab and what their thoughts are. So for me, it sucks because I got my first Paldea Evolved box. I was so focused on Sword and Shield boxes. I got my first Paldea Evolved box off the TikTok shop for $77, and that was about a month ago or so. And then all of a sudden they start shooting up, and then my next box off the TikTok shop with a coupon was $88, so $10 more. And now everyone on there selling it for $120, $125, and even with the coupon, it's still going to be over $100. You're probably going to get it for, at the lowest after tax, $115. So we're talking at $105 plus tax, like $115. It sucks every time I go grab something. Then the price starts jumping up. It was doing that with all the. I started grabbing Fusion Strike boxes, for the $143 off Pokemon Center. And a week later, they're sold out and they're going for $200. So I was able to grab 7 Fusion Strike boxes like that. But so the Paldea Evolved, like I said, don't know what the market's doing with it right now. I know it's going up. It's at 122. There's money to be made now. There's money to be made later. Like I said, I don't know what a reprint will do to the prices. I do know it should bring them down a little bit, but like I said, my thought, not all the way down sub 100. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. Are you investing in the Paldea Evolved? Are you picking these up? You offering them right now before the prices dip a little bit, possibly before if there's a reprint. I'm gonna try to grab some more boxes of these, but that the window of getting these around $100, I believe, is closed, and that window of getting them, just above that is closing. So I think it's a good buy. I think it's time to grab some more of these, and sit on them. All right, end of my video. Have a happy Sunday, and anybody you watching that basketball game today, have fun, man. Drink responsibly, do all that fun stuff, and I think the Nuggets are going to take it, and they're going to be playing against the Dallas Mavericks and Luka. All right, man. End of my video. I'm out.